The recent events of the past few years have really shaken up the gaming industry. Everyone used to meet in the same place at the same time every year to share updates, and we were good with that. Now that everyone had to work at home, teams have started doing frequent updates, monthly updates, or at the very least, have just been active on social media. Not every company is going along with the changes, however. NCSoft is one of those companies. With a series of games planned to come out across multiple genres, they are going with a more old school approach. Show a game when it is close to release, and not talk about its development process or how far they are along. This has people going from being hyped to slightly less hype and on guard about the game, worrying that the game is going to have severe pay to win because they didn't talk about it, or the game actually is super terrible because they haven't shown 10 minutes of gameplay, which has become the new norm. With MMOs, not having this information is also strange, as people like myself like to try and figure out ahead of time what classes and professions we are going to mess with, what race we will play if there are multiple races, and it helps build excitement going into the new release. We as players are even ready to freely test the game, getting a chance to put our hands on it in the form of alphas and closed betas. As this video continues, if you could offer a like to the almighty algorithm, I'd greatly appreciate it. So, why is NCSoft being so different? I think it's because of two words: research and development. I found an article from 2018 posted in the Korea Times by Bik Bayong Yeol that talked about the heavy investment that NCSoft has made into research and development. So much so that at the time of its writing, 69% of NCSoft's employees were in research and development. That's 2,300 out of 3,300 people, with recent numbers putting the total employees at 4,400. To give you an idea of how that helps, that last internal test that was held for Throne and Liberty had over 3,000 employees, according to an NCSoft press release. Being able to have so many players that are also employees not only help with the stress testing of servers, but also allows them to give real-time feedback as things are happening. If you look at that video, you can see cameras mounted on top of the monitors recording feedback to use in development. Already being employees, it takes away from the additional paperwork of NDAs and having to worry about data mining and leaks, which some members of the MMO community can't resist. But that isn't the only way the game can be tested internally. NCSoft has been developing and working with AI technology since 2011, and at the 2018 Intel Blade and Soul tournament, NCSoft put AI players against the pro-human players. The Korean Times says that the battles were neck and neck. Now, if they can create AI players to run around the game to simulate human participants and incorporate their already huge workforce, then there is no need to constantly showcase to the public what the game will have, as long as the game is fun by human standards and functions by AI standards. But what about the pay-to-win stuff? There is a fine line in what some people consider pay-to-win. Is it XP potions, PvE healing items, or is it just the ability to buy weapons and armor? Every player is curious about this, and we aren't the only ones. The investors ask about monetization almost every quarter. After all, with this being a free-to-play game, how are they going to make their money back that they put toward these projects? The last thing we heard about pay-to-win and monetization is that they are trying to find the fair balance. It sounds like whatever monetization they go with will be the same across the globe. They believe that with the current success of some games with pay-to-win elements in the West, the overall gaming population is more open to it than we used to be. So if you are one of those people who are throwing tons of money at games for the lulz, stop it, because they are watching. Hopefully, we will get some more information in the fourth quarter investor call and after the final test on February 22nd. I'm personally hoping to see a release date with an updated website going more into detail about the game, including monetization, and I'm hoping that it stays far away from whatever they were doing with Blade and Soul, because that is one of the worst possible outcomes for any MMO. Either way, I'll continue covering the game the best I can. Check out this video on the screen, and I'll see you in the next one.